Hello. I'm playing Bayonetta 1. I wasn't prepping to say anything. I was just drinking water. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday. It was my roommate's birthday, so we went out with some friends to go drinking. It was actually pretty fun. We went to, like, a nerdy bar. It's like that one I do geek trivia at, right? What's cool is they have super weird drinks. They have these things called potions. So you could get, like, a gin mixed with cherry, and it was a health potion, I think they called it. Weird stuff like that. Pretty fun, though. So I was out all day yesterday. I may talk about that later. It's busy. I'm on a platinum kick right now. I just finished the Metal Gear Rising DLC 1, and I thought I'd play Bayonetta. So I'm gonna play Bayonetta. What potion did you drink, Funk? I didn't actually get a potion. My roommate ordered me something called an Irish hand grenade, which is... let me see if I can get you a photo of it. It's hard to just explain what this drink is. I've never done it before. Apparently there are a lot of wrestlers named Irish hand grenade based on my Google search. This is what I had when we went out to drink. And it's really weird. So what you do is you pull out that piss-colored one, the Girardi-looking little jar, and the cream falls into the cup. And you have to chug the Girardi and then chug the cream in the full jar. And the cream is supposed to, like, mask it, so you can't taste it. All I tasted was, like, chalky milk. It was good, though. Some of the people we were hanging out with had, like, 3 Irish hand grenades, and at the end of the night, I literally found them passed out in the bathroom of the place we went to after the bar. Which was just like a friend's house. By the way, I never party, so, like, this is all not usually my scene. Yeah, funk drinking. I also had something called the Nuka-Cola. This bar is... They go all out on the geeky things. It's like a super sugary shot that's supposed to emulate a Fallout Nuka-Cola drink. That one was also good. I'm looking at my Twitch chat and no one seems to even comprehend what alcohol is. Which is... It's fair. For the expected audience of Twitch, that's fine. You guys don't get it. All I'm saying is the Irish hand grenade was good. There isn't a hard mode in Bayonetta. Or at least, I can't start on the hard mode. I didn't get any reds. Actually, the only reason I had a Nuka-Cola is because one of the girls that we were getting drinks with wanted to leave, but she didn't want to finish her Nuka-Cola, and she begged me to drink it so that she could drive home. And you know what? I took one for the fucking team. I don't even know her name. I don't know this woman. But if someone hands you a Nuka-Cola, you drink it.
Long since erased from the records of time, there once existed 2 European clans who served as overseers of history for the powers that be.
It's not an automatic segment. I was fucking around with my knob. My audio interface knob, not...
I forget it. The clans paid each other great respect, and their efforts to maintain the balance between them defended the just passage of time. Yet one day, that balance was toppled.
There were multiple girls we were hanging out. We weren't going out to pick up chicks. It was my roommate's birthday. We were just, like, shooting the shit with people. Also, thank you for the subs that I missed.
The once harmonious clans.
I'm trying not to talk too much over the intro lore, but I'll tell you more about my night after I get through this.
In an era of strife. The conflict between the Umbra and the Lumen threw all of Europe into a chaotic loop of battle, ambush,
The Umbra.
assassination, and casualty. It was truly a gruesome war. Despite the tremendous radiance.
Man, coming from Sam's Kid in the Rising DLC, this feels weird to have guns.
Of the secretive Dark Witches. Years after the balance was lost, the war had ended.
Funk, where you been? Your channel's dead. I'm a Twitch streamer now, bro. You don't know? Full time. That's not even true. I just know it'll piss people off if I say it. I gotta say, this makes the Smash stage look much less impressive. They could have done like a Poke-Floats thing with it, but they didn't. But I guess there's a reason Poke-Floats didn't make it into Ultimate.
Their victory was short-lived. Fearing the witch's dark abilities.
Funk, you're bad at improv, but great at video essays. That's fair. I'm pretty familiar with my strengths. I don't stream because I think I'm practicing for a stand-up set. This is just like games that I wanted to play through anyways. Usually games that I have a reason to talk about in a video, but I need to play it. You should have seen me in my prime. I used to be a hilarious streamer. I stopped for like 3 months and all of my emotions just turned monochrome gray. She looks like Paulina from Odyssey. I think it's the hat, though. The businesswoman one over the eye. Funk, why did you stop live commentaries? You clearly weren't here for the guy screaming that I suck at improv. Otherwise, you would already have the answer to your question. Okay, I'll go ahead and start. Actually, I need to go ahead and turn off the YouTube multi-stream. I'm not allowed to have that up. That was a debate. Bye! There was like 20 seconds that I had the chat open on my YouTube. So when I tabbed in and I saw people talking there, I almost vomited. Mark, I am not allowed to multi-stream. I mean, they really don't give a shit, but I play it safe and I don't extend it. No, I had intended to stream this earlier today, but last night when we went out drinking, I didn't want to drive home, so we Ubered to like a friend's house where we were all just shooting the shit and playing GameCube. And by the time I checked my clock and I'm like, damn, I should go home, it was 4 a.m. And it's actually not that, he doesn't live that far from us. He was about 2 miles. And I contemplated, do I want to walk home at 4 a.m., 2 miles, with a dead phone? So, I woke up late today.
I just merchandise.
Don't sleep so good on a couch.
Bet you can't guess what today is.
It's not that I can't afford Uber. It's that I don't live in the heart of the city. I'm kind of on the outskirts.
People been waiting for this asshole to get whacked for ages. Please.
Also, anyone that's running Uber at 4 a.m., I don't know if I want to get in their car.
But you gotta keep the outfit happy.
I want that to be the end of my night, not the start of it.
Him, they take care of us. And I prefer my shoes made out of rubber, not concrete. But hey, it's that kind of town. Without good-hearted souls like us to put these bastards 6 feet
Chat,
under,
let me know if I need to
society
turn up
beat.
in-game.
Of course, the pay's not bad either. Jesus, you really get
I mean,
into
I'm
this
sure
shit,
a
don't
lot
you?
of you are super invested in the story, but
I'd be praying he ends up barbecue.
I got a
Or at
production to
least
run.
sunny side up. You can keep praying, but the only way this guy's meeting the Lord is if God's hungry for breakfast.
Looks kind of like the who's the actor of Mario in that
We done here. My
that old
kids are
movie.
baking me a birthday cake tonight. Cute little fuckers, I'll tell you what. Well then,
I wasn't gonna say Uncle Dane, but someone in chat said that, and I kind of see the resemblance now. The cosmetics, at least.
what the fuck? They're here? For this douchebag? Ah! I hate this damn light. I can't see a thing. Oh! What the there?
This story so far is about as intelligible as Metal Gear Rising's is,
Can't you?
I see them. They are instruments
which
of God,
isn't very
descending
indicative.
from heavenly rays to earth.
Oh my god.
Dear Lord, grant us guidance and keep safe the souls of our loved
It wouldn't
ones.
shock me to hear that this is in the same engine as Rising. They're both platinum. I mean, like, the same build of the engine. It's fine by me. It means the muscle memory is going to be better. Yeah, that explains everything for me. I can't imagine anyone else is confused. It's pretty cut and dry. Dude, she has that EB Games neck.
You look tired. Let me tuck you in.
Whoa, guys. This is like the 4th time I've seen someone get roundhoused in a platinum game this week. Which I feel like is 3 too many.
Mother of Mary! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh shit! Forgive me, Hitman! I didn't mean all that Humpty Dumpty shit! I swear!
Next time you want me hands on you, you better make
This looks like the bounty hunter from the first SpongeBob movie.
Now move out the way.
Rodan?
If it ain't my good buddy Enzo, how about you get out of here? You die.
Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket. I think I saw a Nomu in My Hero that looks kind of like these things.
Deserve a good spanking.
Beautiful.
It kind of has that postal. I wasn't quite ready. More like Bayonetta. About 7 years late to that joke. I feel like this is the kind of game you need to play with a clear mind, and I haven't cleared my mind in about like 4 hours. And 6 hours prior to that when I cleared my mind. But I haven't cleared my mind recently.
Don't worry about quality. I've got quantity.
I would have cleared my mind before the match, but my right hand was a little numb from driving. Yeah, I noticed some desync. I'll address that soon. I'm playing on Steam. Initially, I thought of playing this on the Switch because I have Bayo 2, which came with a code. But I'm told that there's some major lag issues with boss fights, so I just opted to get it. I don't remember that final smash.
That was your last call. No more shots from me, Bayonetta.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the DMC similarities. Comparisons.
As long as there's music, I'll keep on dancing.
Just a little bit. Well, I'm gonna have to jerry-rig this. Give me one moment. It's still a teensy bit quiet. Is that really the most it goes up to? It seems like it's still...
Beautiful.
Hold on. I usually have an audio compressor on my desktop just so if things get too loud, they don't burst eardrums. But I may have to pull back on it. Just because this game runs kind of quietly. Alright, it looks like it went up. I don't know if it's, like, too loud for my voice now. But you can at least hear it. Yeah, after me and my buddies went out drinking yesterday, we went to a friend's house and started playing Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube. The problem is, the only guy in that friend group that's good at Soul Calibur 2 passed out on the bathroom floor. So everyone else that wanted to play doesn't play video games, which meant I had to hide my power level while fighting them. And I let... the girls that were there while playing, they both stalked me, and people were starting to kind of like poke fun of me, like, man, Justin, I thought you'd be better at this. So I got a little cocky And the next round, I chose Nightmare, and I said I'm going to win by only hitting the Y key. So I just started spamming a single attack in SoCal 2, and I beat 3 people. So am I a sore loser? A little bit. A very rare spiritual metal containing the essence of an angel's life force used in business transactions. No, they aren't. Those are used for teleporting through dimensional warps. Take it to the Green Hill Zone. It was easy. I understand it was, but it's topical. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah, I updated the sub sound to be a whoop. I don't know how long I'll keep it until I get annoyed. Then I'll swap it back to Elizabeth. All right, I'm trying to pay a little attention here because I've played through almost every DMC and I'm still really bad at using combos of different attacks. So it's probably important I don't win by mashing Y this time. Oh, I like that super hot. This dodge reminds me of Breath of the Wild. You know, a lot of people gave Breath of the Wild shit for its dodging mechanic because it was basically rewarding you for doing something that you should be doing anyways. But I kind of liked it. I like that you got the free frenzy attack. I do hope the combat of Breath of the Wild 2 is a bit more dynamic, though. Challenging. In these streams, we just data mine you by asking questions. You're not very good data miners. You ask the same 3 questions most of the time. 2 of them I don't even have an answer to. Am I noticing... I can't tell if that's VSync or an aesthetic. Cut off the P sound of Armstrong's a whoop to make him say a whoop. No. I'm not gonna do that.
Beautiful.
Does that look like that? Just walking ass with feet. While we were out at the bar yesterday, we tried describing to the girls at the table what D&D is. And I gotta say, you know how weathermen can kind of tell if it's gonna be dry next week? I could immediately feel how dry it was becoming 2 seats next to me. They didn't quite understand it. The thing we were trying to get across was how the dice work in D&D, and I've not really played much myself. I've really only watched it. But some people just can't really comprehend that a board game without stringent rules exists. And it all stemmed from just one of them seeing a Magic the Gathering card on a table, and they said, "What's that?" And for the next 20 minutes, we tried to explain the rules of D&D to them. Well, a couple of people did. I kind of caught on early that, hey, maybe they don't give a shit. Oh, this is much easier than jumping for them. Funk, what do you think of Ozymandias? I'm being asked what I think of the new Red Vox single. I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for Red Vox. I'm a big fan of anything they put out. That said, I did like the single before it a bit better. Why can't this be easy? But I think they made up for it on Ozzy with the solo. The new single they put out has a fucking phenomenal guitar riff in the latter half of it that I think really secured a spot, and I love. My camera is inverted, seemingly. I recognize that exact camera sound from TF2.
Who did that? I just bought the damn thing.
Haven't you figured it out yet? There's no quarter for you in this world.
Europeans, when asked about American currency. Wow, I'm glad there's not a hard mode, because I would have picked it and I'd still be in the first graveyard. I really like the movement in this game compared to some other Platinum ones. You know, like Metal Gear Rising and... I know DMC isn't Platinum, but... games like that, you're a bit more in place when you attack. But her dodges feel nice. Oh, that's new. Now, free flowy is a good word. Incidentally, that's a word I used to try and to describe D&D, but it didn't help. One shy of 2K.
Rodan should be paying me for even touching these toys.
You have any idea how much this is gonna cost to fix? How the fuck do I always get wrapped up in this shit?
I like this marble statue cutscene. It's a really great way of conserving budget when you don't want to animate it, but you want it to look fancy.
Let's have a quick chat.
See? This is why I told you I was going home.
He looks like Big Smoke.
I just got held up in the air by some invisible things, and you want an intelligence briefing? It never stops with you.
You keep bellyaching like that, and you're liable to wake Eggman from the dead. And I don't think either of you would like that.
Oh no, don't worry. He's stuck on the thing.
Something tells me you're gonna need a rush on our special project before the shit hits the fan.
Wait, Rodan.
I think he's going by Robotnik currently.
Such a popular chap. I bet they hate him down there as much as you did when he was up here. We just need to make sure he won't come crawling back when they kick him out.
Nothing a flower bed can't fix. Fill her up.
You heard the man. Finish up in 5
I don't know
minutes, or you're walking
who
home to
Bayonetta
a
is, who
kitchen candle.
what her dynamic with Big Smoke or Morpheus is. I just know I like hacking and slashing.
Oh, what a day.
Yeah, it's worth
I'm
mentioning this is a
screwed.
Sega title, so the Eggman is
Ah, it's
not
gonna
lost
take
on them.
every cent I earned on this charade to pay for the damage. I tell you what, if I could see them bastards that did this to my car, forget about it.
Enzo, the road. Pay attention.
How can you be so calm? You're still getting screwed in all this too. Of all the low-life scum in too deep in this town, I've never seen one get wrapped up in a fight with God's messengers.
Love his ponytail.
Dressed like a nun, too. When you end up in the afterlife, that's not going to be pretty.
I can't help it if I like the little outfits.
If she's in the afterlife is pretty.
Hey, 20 years ago, you woke up stuck in a casket at the bottom of a lake. All you can remember is that you're a witch. But now, you're stuck because you gotta sacrifice our halo-wearing friends every day or they'll drag your ass back down to hell. I know I thought I got screwed, but being forced to slap around the divine for a living, that's really getting screwed.
If I needed a biographer, you wouldn't be my first choice. I see to the funeral. You get me the information I asked for. That was our deal.
Come on now! Look at my poor car! I'm working for free after this! At least let me get a drink at Rodon's before you start grilling me.
Are
The
weeds
info
allowed
I
in this
got
stream?
is good. It's gonna get you close to
If you keep it to
finding the
yourself,
other stone in the
I mean,
past
just saying
and
Darling in the
figuring out
Franks
some of
isn't
that
doing
lost
you any
past
good,
of you.
especially when that's a fucking trash show. That's a little harsh. I only got through like 4 episodes, so maybe it
Just
developed
like a
further.
girl.
It didn't quite grip me.
Jesus, can't you take a joke?
Speaking of grip,
Enzo, someone's given you a present. Too bad. I can't stand bugs.
Huh? What the fuck?
I think that was cut from the Lilo and Stitch movie. Why is everything slowed down but the propellers are moving at the same speed? You know propellers move fast, right? If you've seen the Sonic movie, you'd understand how slow-mo works.
You?
What's the matter, Bayonetta? All that sleeping made you soft.
Sort of, you can't. Funk, are you living in a Weezer song? Based on... I've been trying to get on Tinder again recently, just because I hate myself. And I've gotten a couple matches, And I'm a little worried because I thought I was swiping on like relatively normal girls. I know exactly what you.
But
One of the girls I swiped on, the first thing in their bio. The second girl that matched with me has 2 pet snakes. No, trust me, the irony was not lost on me on observing it. Later in that stream, I also mentioned that I talk about Weezer in my bio. I'm pretty sure the two things are connected. Funk, can you turn on the webcam? No. I haven't followed up with her. I'm sure she's a nice woman. Can you turn off your lamp? I don't have a lamp on in the background. That's a candle. I like the way it smells. Well, I have another lamp, I guess. But that's the only reason you could even see my face. No, I have the webcam, but I kind of prefer to keep it off just because it's weird. It's weird if it's quiet and I'm trying to play. I don't want you fucking looking at me. The trade-off is chat's a little more quiet if they don't know I'm looking at chat. Torture dance. I'm not noticing a major desync, but it's possible I turned off VSync and it somehow fucked stuff up. Can I adjust my Zelda poster to be more straight? Fib, it's 2020, man. Come on. Yeah, I don't really feel any desync on the audio, but let me know. For some reason, this reminds me of the gargoyle fight from Dark Souls 1. We had to fight 2 grunts on a roof. That means I won, right? Oh, that's the, it's a Lun. I thought I was doing pretty good. You know, if they used a decimal clock for the timer, I would have had a bit more time. Joke doesn't even work because that's not true. I'd give bits, but I live in a 7th world country. I'm too poor. You live in a 7th world country? Oh my god, the fact that you have internet's impressive. No, don't worry about it. I prefer people don't use bits, honestly. If you're gonna do anything, then Twitch Prime, but give bits to smaller streamers. Give that to the guys who only have affiliate. I'm alright. It's fine, it makes my taxes easier anyways. I don't mean to be a weeb, but there is literally a thing in My Hero Academia that looks just like these. A Nomu. The flying one. Only it's like inverted color scheme. Yeah, I've read past the anime. I know what's up. And I think it's kind of cheap. Man, I don't even give a fuck about 90% of the characters in My Hero. I only care about that purple-haired kid, and they give him no screen time. Shinzo. No, not the JoJo purple hair. The mind control guy. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Elemental Hero, and I know I just lost your respect just by those first two words, but Elemental Hero... Shit. I had a couple. That really big stone Elemental Hero, I can't remember his name. And the mix between that fire girl in a gimp suit and...
You don't say.
Blade Man, I think.
It's getting hard.
Elemental Hero Clayman. He's what made me like tank characters.
Human world.
I liked Jaden's deck, basically, the GX.
Paradiso. Who can tell the difference?
Even harder with Purgatorio in the middle. Fight long enough in there and you'll really lose
Yeah, I
sight.
like bad decks.
Why the sudden interest in metaphysics?
It's a balance, right?
I like big decks.
Even if some of them
I like
messing
really
around
big
with
bad
humans,
decks.
We've all got a stake in the status quo. But people keep fucking around like this, the Book of Revelations is gonna look like Mother Goose. Heaven and hell are gonna go straight for each other's throats.
Heaven and hell can tear each other to pieces for all I care. I've got my own problems to worry about.
I think that's what Limbo's for.
Everything was a bit too bracing, and Enzo's tip makes the timing too perfect. This reeks of a setup. Someone in one of those lost memories calling you out.
Actually, I'd like to change my answer on the Yu-Gi-Oh! In Yu-Gi-Oh!
Got a
GX,
little present for you.
there is a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Card called Kaiba Man. Seto Kaiba is such a pretentious fucking cuck. He created himself as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card and named it Kaiba Man. And it looks just like Kaiba, but like he has a mask on. That is my favorite card. It's canon. I'm so glad I don't live with my parents right now, because this is exactly when my mom would walk in the room.
Calling me out? I don't go in for strange offers. Then again, I'm getting a little tired of these weaklings they keep throwing at me. Maybe I should aim for something a bit more high class.
Pounding them down tonight, baby. Not to butt into your affairs, but I'm pretty sure you got somewhere better to be.
I sure am glad I have Bayo 2 on the Switch. I can't wait to play this in bed. I mean, on the road.
Enzo, her drinks are going on your tab, buddy.
Decent gag.
You dig
Decent
me,
gag.
motherfucker.
How tall do you think Bayonetta is? She's about my height, so like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", even. You want to know what's funny about when I went out to get drinks last night? One of the guys we were with drank something called the stamina potion, which was a green little vial of alcohol. And he was the first person to pass out when we got home. I just thought that was ironic. I probably should have paid more attention to that, but I'll be back. I don't think it was the stamina potion that knocked him out. I think it was mixing drinks, because he had things that weren't just that. Maybe it was an anti-stamina potion and he didn't read the fine print.
So, I asked around, and some whale in Europe is trying to fence a huge rock on the black market. He calls it the right eye, saying it's part of some set called the Eyes of the World. Fits the bill of what you're after, don't it? Now, here's the funny bit. The stone passes around the halls of power for hundreds of years, vanishes, and then the black market goes white hot for the thing. But the seller wanted an arm and a leg for it, to the point no one could stomach the price. So back goes the stone. But not before everyone figures out where the guy is. You're gonna enjoy doing this one, I bet. I love sticking it to the rich. Of course, when you do,
Opinions on the Cold War funk.
Enzo stuck his neck out on this one.
I don't really have one.
For my troubles. Right?
My dad called me a communist
Anyways,
a week ago, so
the trail gets cold.
I've been rethinking my opinion on the Cold War.
Paradise of Europe. Vigrid.
He probably isn't wrong. I'm pretty sure he's wrong. Don't get me wrong, power to the people and all that. Just, you know, maybe there's some value in a free market. Bro, I play video games for a living. And even that's arguable at this point. Yo, is this where I get to pick my town map? And name my town? Oh wait, wrong game. Quick, Bayonetta, rub some ice on your face. There's a stand user on the train.
So, this is supposed to be paradise?
I'm glad 2 people got the JoJo reference. 2 is my bare minimum. If only 1 person knows what I mean, then I regret the joke. Hold on, I'm gonna up the camera speed. It's a little draggy right now. It's fine for if you ignore it as long as you understand it. I'll know if you understood and ignored. Oh, now it's uninverted and it feels weird again to spin. As long as I am in Purgatorio, I won't be able to intervene in their affairs. Purgatorio. Wow, my limbo joke earlier was more applicable than I thought. I'm still getting used to these controls. Pickup.com. What is the architecture on this place? They use 14 different types of brick. It seems like there were 5 architects and all of them couldn't decide what material to use. That or this place was built next to a junkyard and they just took whatever they could get. Fuck, I regret not changing the camera inversion right when I started playing. To respond to a witch's power. Oh, I think I need to roll up into a power ball and jump into it, right? Is this exactly like that spinny wheel in DMC that you have to use to activate shit? It's just like that, isn't it? Ugh. I have no remorse. The architects of this place are absolute heathens. Alright. It's good to know. I wanted to look down, but I can't. The camera's just not working with me. I guess if we're talking about cameras in these sorts of games, though, this is like... There's far worse examples. Upon the pedestal, there is an engraved headstone marking the resting place of a witch. Yeah, I figured. Oh, I'm going full Sora with it. Favorite hack and slash moveset? You know, I want to give it to Sam from Vanquish, but that's more conceptually. Vanquish had probably the coolest moveset and movement of any hack and slash. I just don't feel like they quite did it justice in the level design. A lot of Vanquish is designed so there's like 1 or 2 routes that you can slide to, but otherwise it's not a very good idea to improv and try to slide like in the middle of the field, I felt. I thought if they did more cool stuff with it, like maybe create ramps that you could glide off of to get massive airtime. Just go full Tony Hawk with Vanquish. I think it might have gotten even higher for me. They say that some things come at the cost of your life, but to me, truth is my life. In this age filled with lies and deception, I forever pray the truth will shine its light on the path of righteousness. Antonio Redgrave. Man said Smite is a hack and slash. I never said that. I said Smite appeals to the hack and slash dork in me. Completely different. Why do you never press the add button on Twitch? I assume you mean like the commercial ad, right? Because I'm not putting on a fucking TV show for you, alright? I know what I am. I don't do Twitch to line my pockets. Sometimes I thought if I'm doing BRBs, it's not a bad idea to hit the ad break, but I usually don't even BRB anymore. If I'm switching games, I just switch. Also, I think just statistically ads make people click off, and it's not like I have numbers to spare here. I don't want to give people reasons to leave. I think my voice is suffice for that. Flashy. There's no connection between Vanquish Sam and Jetstream Sam, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure that there was some inspirational connection, but not lore-wise, to my knowledge, no. Although if we got a Metal Gear Rising 2, I honestly wouldn't have been surprised if Vanquish got some sort of representation. Sorry, I was talking about... I got distracted by Bayonetta's absolutely rocking body. A pass? Oh, cool. It would have been nice if they put the walk on water at the front of the text box instead of the last one. I guess it's just an aesthetic thing for Platinum. They like to reuse names and aesthetics. How are you doing, Funk? Pretty good. I slept a lot today, just because I slept on a not super comfortable couch yesterday. And I was massively dehydrated, so the second I got home, I basically conked out until like 4 p.m. And then I was running errands the rest of the day. So I'm fucking great. Baked Gecko. Man, Geico's really trying to appeal to the stoners, aren't they?
I knew it. This town's teeming with heaven's little helpers. It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
And your point is?
He's hibernating, but for what?
Some places in this world are closer to Paradiso or Inferno.
Just trying to wake up,
The rat hole
waiting for the day I'm
town
happy
you and I
again.
live in is close to both.
Until then, I'll
But
just
by good
sleep
ends,
20 hours
they
a day.
got a special
Should
air
work.
about 'em. They're closer to Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out. I guess I'm gonna have to set up shop here and score me some halos. These stupid rings are worth a fortune back home. Since it seems you're spoiling for a fight, if you come across any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
I got these ones by beating up some little blue fucker.
Another one looking to line
He cried
his
like a
pockets.
bitch.
I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Said he missed his bird
Real
mom.
cute. But let's get one thing straight. Your fights are yours alone. I'm only here to watch my handiwork in action. So don't get any bright ideas about coming
I'll
to me
hand
for
your
help.
work.
No, you get one thing straight. I'm not the slightest bit interested in the fact that you made these guns. If you get in my way, I will... How do the Americans put it? Oh yes, bust a cap in yo ass.
That's
Right on, baby. Right on.
kind of racist, Bayonetta. Do an impression of 2015 funk. All right, hold up. Hey everyone, is this thing on? Hopefully it's working. So today we're gonna be playing some Bayonetta 2. And I don't know where to go right now. I'm just gonna run down this hallway for a little bit. I would make some sort of a running joke, but I don't. I'm a YouTuber who doesn't have running jokes. It's not a really good philosophy, but I mean, I'm still around, so I guess it worked. I don't actually know what this sounds like to you. I'm sure it's great. I have to be careful doing that joke because Funk VODs already get several comments asking if I'm Jay Schlatt. And I don't think using my webcam microphone's doing me any favors. Enter the gates of hell. You're telling me I have to visit my parents twice?
You here for business or pleasure? Either way, I'll hook you up.
This symbol graces only the hottest of the hot items in my shop. If you're not sure what to go after, look for a face you can trust. He has nothing. Can't afford anything yet. Oh shit. Techniques. Wow, I could see a technique being useful if I could afford more than just an air dodge. Mute. Pretty nice of Rodin to just have random portals to hell that lead straight to his shop lying around. Cured via crystallation. This looks like a crystal meth pipe, if I'm being honest. It's useless by itself. Yeah, that's what the meth is for. This is like a weird hub world, I guess. Speedrunners crossing Hyrule Fields be like... I'm just trying to find a place to progress right now. I don't have much to work with. How would you know what a crystal meth pipe looks like, Funk? I don't feel like you have to smoke crystal meth to know what a... You didn't have the DARE program? Just another reason to prove that it failed. That you don't know what a crystal meth pipe looks like. Wait, you don't have one? Oh, it's traditional for Twitch streamers to smoke meth before every stream. I thought this was common knowledge. All your favorite streamers smoke meth. You should smoke meth. We're doing it. I'm doing it right now. What? I'm doing that and potentially getting myself banned. We'll see which happens first. This is where our sub money goes. No, that only covers the pipe. Trust me, the rest is right out of my pocket. You're good. No, don't worry. I mug people to get mine. I don't even pay money. Wow, I can see why she broke Smash 4. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, I watched Breaking Bad, so this specifically answered how to know what it looks like. You think pop culture is a sufficient answer? Aw, purple butterfly. Ay, 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 I'm your little butterfly. The reason I know that song is because I dated a girl in RuneScape years ago who made a RuneScape music video to that song. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I'm really underselling it when I say years ago. It was so long ago, some of you might not have been born. It was 2010. Man, the camera just does what it wants half the time in this game. So far, I'm enjoying the combo system of this. I can see how it might get gratuitous, but... Nope, never mind. I love it. Trumpet. Later, bow. Oh, I saw that in my dream last night. It tried rubbing my feet. I think there's an enemy in Ultra Kill that looks like this. Ever had a shoe gun up your groin? Have you ever gotten an RSL offer? I got an email from them, like yesterday actually, for FUNKe. Not even the main one. Like they just know I won't take it for my main, so they're trying to get anything. Still deciding. They lowballed me though. There's an episode of My Hero that went kind of like that. They were in a forest. Tell us the numbers. I feel like I shouldn't, not because I give a shit about them specifically, but if it's 10 years down the line and I end up needing to take sponsors to survive, I don't want the dirt on me that I just give out that info. Because then any sponsor could be like, hey, you don't respect the email. It's... I can say it's not like the buying a yacht money that some YouTubers seem to get from them. They know which channel gets videos. It's a thing for FUNKe, like, it doesn't even, it's so erratic at this point. It just makes me surprised they would even try to get a sponsor for it, but... Well, I walked the wrong way. How many digits? 10. They gave me their phone number and invited me on a date. That was the whole offer. That was the sponsorship. They said they'd pay for dinner. Which I think is fair, because, I mean, at least they're going to treat me before they fuck me over. I've watched every video on FUNKe. Every video. Even the room tour. Wow, you're a real FUNKe fan.
What are you doing? Let's go.
You know what's funny? Japanese interpretation of angels is so different from the West. I think I like theirs more. gonna assume that this is the way to do it. Now the room tour is, if it's not unlisted, it's private. It's definitely still there though. Wow, I'm so fucking good at this. I don't even know what the 7 glowy lights in my top left are. Which is probably an issue, given how far I am now. I don't know how to aim this thing. I took archery at camp in 2008. I think my aim would be better. Why is L Scorch Shot unlisted? Because I value the views of people coming to my stream to ask me why it's unlisted over the views of people going to watch it. It's a trade-off. It's a gamble that I'm willing to take. I mean, they went to Bethesda levels of lore writing here. In case of emergency, the witches place these materials within Purgatorio or Realm Caught in between the okay, it's Limbo. Yeah, I can put 2 and 2 together. I don't think that's how gravity works. I guess it is. I mean, I guess we don't know about gravity as much as we could. Maybe it is. Thanks, Edge. How's it going? Incredibly sexy it is going currently. Yeah. Where is your childlike sense of wonder? It's here. Why do you think I keep going quiet? I'm mesmerized. And I get tired of trying to make conversation. But mostly I'm mesmerized. I saw my head pop under the staircase. Like I'm Harry fucking Potter. You know, maybe I do need to commend the architecture. The fact that that's held up at all, even if it fell. Favorite lore of any video game? Damn, I think I really got to give it to Pokemon. It's just so thorough. Man, I think I really got to give it to Bloons Tower Defense 6. The lore is just uncontested. And I only died 4 times in the process. Because I couldn't tell it was a run segment.
Oh, what a day!
I'm just mesmerized by the fact that stone statue is held up by his coat flap alone. I mean, that has to be a very thick material. It's got to be made out of obsidian. Or whatever that new nether ore is. I don't even know what the attack button is. I could see how mouse and keyboard would be beneficial for this. But I'm not.
Round over.
Oh, man. Yeah, netherite. Is that out yet? I'm always looking for an excuse to play Minecraft. For myself. I mean, that was the most Dante thing I've ever seen in a game not named Devil May Cry. Second only to Devil May Cry. The reboot. This is some AU shit right here.
Fancy bumping into you here. Out to find some answers about your past, are we?
Is that a Zulu's voice
You've quite
actor?
the familiar face, and using the same powers. But you'll have to forgive me.
Nah.
Do we know each other?
Same powers? Don't make me laugh. Your little dip in that lake has left you a bit rusty.
I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task.
You've already disappointed me.
I think there was a Titanfall 2 level that looked kind of like this. I know it's easy to do referential humor. I just really like that level.
This is a moment I've long desired.
There was like a
But you've
whole
forgotten
stage
your
sideways that you had to parkour.
And wasted the past 20 years.
You're right. I do seem to be having trouble remembering things of late. Would you be so kind as to take it from the top?
2 overseers, the eyes of the world. They are the power behind everything.
Jean, as heir to the clan, the time has come for you to prove your right to fight under the Umbran name. You may select.
I'm getting some massive Leia vibes.
Then allow me to
With
face the
a
outcast.
bit less incest.
None. Healing Kiadagat. The child is of impure blood. Challenging her would be a violation of our tenets of faith.
It would not be the first time we faced each other.
Kiard?
Will you face me in this hallowed arena?
Hallowed. Hallowed.
Well, if I must. But I pray
I changed the voice on my Google Maps so whenever I drive, it sounds Australian. It's always talking like a limey. And I'm hoping if I listen to enough instructions, I can improve my European accent. I don't think it's going so well, though. That wasn't a joke. I actually did change the voice. It just sounds funny. What is Bayonetta? Buddy, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'd tell you if I knew. If you really want, like, a basic synopsis, it's a universe where witches exist, and I am a witch, and I think she is also a witch. And you fight angels, which are actually, like, evil things. And I think the final boss of the game is Chris Angel, where he levitates over a pyramid, and you have to shoot him down. But I could be wrong. I haven't beaten it. Have you guys seen that video of Chris Angel driving a car into the Grand Canyon? Fucking hilarious. It might actually go into a museum of humor just for its unadulterated, perfect comedic timing unintentionally. I mean, I'll spare you the details. I recommend looking it up. But he spends all this time preparing the setup that he's going to drive a car into the Grand Canyon, and right as it plummets, he'll appear in a cage flying above. And there's all this setup, and he claims it's going to be a camera that never changes. It's unedited footage, just a continuous shot. And right as he drives off, a generic explosion green screen covers the entire camera. Could not have planned it better. Chris Angel is a treasure. What's even funnier is they show two cameras from different angles, and when the explosion happens, it shows the explosion from the same angle in both cameras. Which just defies the laws of physics, but I guess they couldn't find a second explosion to use. Fun fact, what you're seeing right now was a cut mechanic from Portal 2. There was going to be a gel that made it so you could walk on walls. But playtesters vomited too much during it, so that it got cut. But it was actually pretty conceptually dope. Welcome to Funk Streams. I'm full of random trivia that I will bring up whenever given the opportunity. It's all I'm good for, I found these days. If you can't be funny, you can at least be interesting. And if you can't be interesting, you can at least be informative. And if you can't be informative, well, then I give you like 2 years tops on this platform. Tell us more about reality TV shows. It's not exactly reality TV, but if you're into the ironic appeal of dating shows and like bachelor shows, there's a parody called Burning Love, which is a parody of The Bachelor. And I know like parodies in the modern day are kind of cliche, but it's basically a dating show where a bunch of girls are trying to hook up with The Bachelor, but the joke is one of the girls is a super old lady. One of the girls is a homeless girl that doesn't actually care about The Bachelor. She just wants a house to live in. One of the girls is a lesbian and straight up is disgusted by The Bachelor. So she just hits on the other girl contestants. Every contestant on this show is just some sort of hilarious character. And you get to watch, quote-unquote, reality TV unfold. Where is she? Oh, and also all of the girls are super horny for the host of the show and not the actual Bachelor. I can't find Little Witch Academia. Oh, there she is. Great show. Did the Bachelor pick the old lady? You'll have to watch. I can say that he makes out with her a lot on the show, but you'll have to watch to find out. There's multiple seasons with like different bachelors and contestants. And fun fact, the girl who plays the lesbian on that show is the voice actor for Korra from Avatar. That's how I learned about the show, because she's on it. Is Korra canonically a lesbian as well? She's canonically bisexual, I think. I don't know. I'm assuming based on her relationships. They don't really dwell on her liking girls in the show. I can tell you that much. That's saved for the comics. I don't have any witching powers though, unless that lightning strike thing could help me. I'm just gonna jump. What was the show? Burning Love. I don't know like where to find it. It's kind of hard. I found it through ER Harfiddle DD. And actually, if you're gonna look it up, there's a supercut version where instead of being a season's worth of episodes, it's just like a 2-hour movie of the whole season. I'd recommend that. Yeah. I specifically remember that I almost did a funk study on the show just because I wanted people to hear a certain line where the Bachelor says, "Them's the beans." And from there on forward, whenever something happened, he would just for no reason say, "Them's the beans." It's so weird. But I mean, them's the beans. Is this controlled by Lakitu? Because this camera's not doing me any favors. I think I got one. I wonder why these lost witches and sages scattered these walls around the city. They did something similarly in Full Metal Alchemist. They would alchemize walls that looked weirdly just like this. Also, there's the end of Mario Odyssey. I could probably make a joke. Hold on. I know it's not gonna work. I'll try it again. Temporal. Which time? This time. Huh. It seemed like the doorway was curving around when I had first done it. Like that. Quicks, I really appreciate that you're trying to keep my chat active when it's not, but I would prefer you just not type if you're gonna type. I love anal, and that's it. Which is a polite way of saying you're close to ban. That's like just what my hair looked like when I was growing it out, only a bit more.
Do you believe in fate?
Attractive.
Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Why don't you table the fanfare for now, lover boy?
Sayonara.
I like his little sun symbol.
Fleur de ciré eau de parfum. Such a wonderful floral bouquet. With its subtle hints of rosemary. You know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance. Which doesn't quite equate to you, now does it? Bayonetta. Shit!
You know, you would think in a world of witches, we'd be past Polaroid cameras. But I guess a smartphone would give away his location.
I'm not your pet. The name.
She sounds like when I forget I have my funny microphone effects on at the start of the stream.
Damn it! Wait! You can't just run away from me like that! I know what I saw that day!
Do I know this voice actor? He does sound familiar. Someone said he sounds like Sasuke from the dub. And he looks like Sasuke, so I really wouldn't put it past.
Your kind. Sure, my colleagues laugh at me for chasing fairy tales, amongst other things. But I know they're real. I know the truth. This smell. It's the same smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered.
You know, I feel like I've spent as much time watching cutscenes as I have playing.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Cheshire.
The name is Luke.
Which I'm fine with, but at the same time, it's... They'll just randomly save their budget and have no animation. And it's just jarring as all.
There's no rosemary in the perfume. After all, rosemary's a demon repellent.
Might have been a bit overboard, Bayonetta. I don't quite see how this is that different from any other locked fighting angels segment of the game. I like the wall running part more. You know, based on the last few days of me streaming, I'm used to seeing the you lose screen. Doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm good. Thank you, though, for making me have to skip it in the first place. Thoughts on the combat? I think the tempo of this game is one of its strengths. it feels much more quick fire than other Platinum games where you can kind of spend a little too long wailing on one guy. Although you could chop up some of that to just me not knowing how to style combo. Okay, this looks like some DMC weapon right here. I'm pretty damn certain it is, actually. Red and blue. They're complementary. Ah, man. You know, personally, when I'm playing these kind of games, I kind of prefer to not get locked in a single arena for too long. It can feel a little much when you spend more than 2 minutes on the same wave of enemies. Doesn't help. I am literally so low health I don't have a bar. I'm not even saying don't lock me, but just have it in between segments of movement, of parkour, of walking around. Like, they could have just taken the second wave of this arena and put it 200 feet to the west and make me walk there, but no. It's too much. Mega Guillotine. Wow, that is... That is a mega guillotine. I do appreciate the style deaths. It kind of reminds me of hitting a glowy enemy in Doom. But somehow more gory. Like, this is what I mean. Do you really need to spawn all 5 of these enemies in this area? Couldn't have been further. I can't even go get the items outside of the arena right now. I don't have anything funny to say. I'm sorry. I just want to be done. Well, I made it to the mini boss, which I guess means something, right? He has the face of a 7-month-old, but the body of a 42-year-old body trainer. Which I think personally is sort of a physical goal for me. This just seems so excessive, though. It's from a game design philosophy. At the very least, you could introduce a gimmick mechanic. Give me a giant fucking Mario Bros. Hammer to something to make it not feel like mowing the lawn in Florida when I'm 15. I would actually compare those two things. Although I would argue I had more fun mowing the lawn. So I would put on jams. Which I guess this game has. But I don't know, my OCD when I would mow the lawn would kind of get a kick out of it. Whereas with this, I got nothing. Also, Florida's really flat, so it's super easy to mow their lawn. To mow the lawn. At first, I hated that we moved when I was a kid, but we went from a house that lives on a literal sideways hill that my parents would make me mow. Fucking hated that. And moving to Florida where it was just like... It was like living on one of those Minecraft redstone worlds where it's just all flat land. Oh, probably should have aimed that. Yeah, I saw the direct for Animal Crossing. I'm hyped. Specifically for the fact that you can change the landscaping. When I played New Leaf, it frustrated me that you were sort of just stuck with everything that they gave you. I wanted a hot dog. I think your mic is dying. Dying? Okay. Fantastic feedback. Thank you. I'll mark it. My microphone is deceased. You want to know how this is worse than Metal Gear Rising? In Metal Gear Rising, on the first level, there's a cat, and if you swing at it, it backflips. So, immediate downgrade. Oh, that's where it came from. At least I can backflip. What was that? What was that? What? Was that me? I thought I jumped into the rail and fucked it up. Oh, it's Pinwheel. Awesome. I love that area. If she was smart, she'd just grab one of these rings and then head over to San Francisco. I know that's kind of reusing a joke I said earlier, but I think if you refit a joke enough verbally, it kind of works. Also, I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself, and it's all about making myself laugh. Don't mind if I do. This is embarrassing. I'm just swinging while they roll away. It's all good as long as I don't get sent back to the first wave area, right? Like this Washington Monument sitting in the middle of the town. There's not even a label for what this is supposed to represent in the world. This is like meant to represent cock rings? Sounding? A government figure? I don't know. You know, if 4 of them just worked together, they could create some sort of makeshift car and run me over. But something tells me sentient wheels don't think that far ahead. Oh, now there's 2 of them. Actually, this kind of helps because they're both so large that they have no space to move around in. Kind of makes it easier. We're just gonna ignore that every time I hit X while standing under him, I stick my finger up his taint. Quasi una fantasia. A golden LP featuring the crystallized voices of angels. Some sort of silhouette is drawn upon the surface. I can't believe they used a gold record and not a platinum record. It's such a missed opportunity. But whatever. I hope you lurkers are enjoying these jokes, because I send them out there and it's dead silence, and I just have to hope it lands. So, like the one guy who like blew air out, platinum, I get it, like the developer. I hope you appreciated it.
Well, well. An Angelic Kim's Gold LP. Got your hands on something awfully rare, haven't you? That thing is the perfect bait to coax out some of hell's uglies. One note hits their ears, and a damn who's who of Inferno comes pouring out of the inner circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you
It's good to know that business is still going in the future.
I'll order up something so fiendish, angels will cry at the sight of it. I'll just have to...
But will the devils cry?
So
May the devils cry. We know the angels will. Not really even a joke. I feel like that was intentionally set up by them.
All done. He's a little rude, but he makes up for it with charm. Be nice to him, okay?
Onyx roses. Roses aren't emerald green.
You got another
Maybe there, I don't know.
LP, huh? Hand it over then. I'm in a good mood, so I'll take care of it right away.
I just came here to like buy a technique, which may be a slide. I don't know what the hell all this is. I'm just really good at my job of collecting, I guess.
This took a bit of pound into shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put this thing to good use.
Garaba. Yo sobreviviendo. Garaba. Oh, I can afford like anything right now.
I've had enough. Quick!
Holding down RT isn't quite doing it for me. Oh. That will, though. I think I know my purchase now. Get one with Rodin's hot logo. How hot could it possibly be? Oh, okay. That seems like kind of annoying to input, though. I want stuff I don't have to think about to input. Not to say I shouldn't get that. But I do kind of like that breakdance. So that might be my next one I get. 69,800. I'll grind for it. I think I'll hold on my money a bit more. Come back when I can afford to splurge. I need to piss. Streamer's gonna wee and come back. Try not to panic while I'm gone. I did some heavy thinking while I was on the toilet. And I think I'm just gonna end the stream right here. I'm having fun. I'm gonna keep playing this. I may actually stream it earlier tomorrow. But it doesn't seem like... I'm not really having fun interacting with chat right now. And I kind of figure I might just want to stream earlier tomorrow. Also, I'm still massively dehydrated, so I need to go eat. So, I'm done for tonight. But I'll be back tomorrow. Earlier, I don't know how much earlier. Usually I read chat when I end the stream, but it's still fucking terrible. So, bye.